This video production is sponsored in part by Pack and Away Mobile Storage. We bring the storage unit to your door, pack it at your place, and store it at ours. Pack and Away Mobile Storage is a division of Highway No. 1 Self-Storage. We are proud supporters of the No. 2 Lightning Sprint, the 20X Modified, and the 64 Late Model.
Amber Balkan in the Cabelco Mazer Group 35W to the early lead. That is a Henchcraft chassis. Second spot now is Chris Unrado Winkler. Third, Ed Bell in the number 14. Fourth is the car number 13 of Al Giesbrecht. One down, 7 to go. Balkan continues to lead. Amber Balkan in the Cabelco 35W looking good. About a half straightaway lead already. Chris Unruh second. Third is Ed Bell. The number 9 looking strong. That's Alan Trasinski. He started 7th. Ed Bell is your points leader in the Northern Lightning Sprints in the car number 14. Amber Balkan laying a whooping on the boys here in your first Northern Lightning Sprint heat. Good racing for third and fourth now. The 9 of Trasinski putting pressure on the 14 of Ed Bell. Your leader with just 2 laps to go. That is the Mazer Group 35W of Amber Balkan. Second spot, Chris Unruh. Third is the 14 of Ed Bell, but Trasinski really pressing hard now. White flag is out, 1 to go. The race is for third and fourth. Amber Balkan with more than a straightaway lead in the 35W. She is in turn number 3 and 4. Here she comes, your winner, Amber Balkan. In the second spot is going to be Chris Unruh. Here's the race for third place. Ed Bell takes third, and Alan Trasinski in the 9 takes fourth. Rounding out the top 5, the number 13 is Al Giesbrecht. Fastest lap of the race, 19.03 seconds by Amber Balkan in the 35W. All right, again, we told you the car and driver total weighs 950 pounds. These cars produce almost 200 horsepower, about 185 at the crankshaft, so lots of horsepower. They are stock motorcycle engines. They use Red River Co-op Speedway premium fuel, the 91 octane that you can buy at the pumps. All drivers come to the track with an empty tank, and the cars are filled by a track official with 91 octane Red River Co-op fuel. They are allowed an aftermarket header, an aftermarket fuel controller box, and of course an aftermarket air filter. But other than that, they are stock crotch rocket engines, and they get those engines on places like eBay and of course motorcycle wrecking yards. The engines in those things, well, they're about $1,500 to $2,000, and they can often run up to 3 years with no major maintenance. Here is heat number 2, starting on the pole in the 29 is Dylan Sabatini. He is sponsored by FXR. Outside in the Swan Lake Auto Body 43 is Robert Livingstone. Inside row number 2 is a 3-time NLSA champion. Last weekend, he won the feature in Grand Forks on Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday went to Devil's Lake and won both of them there. This is the 2, sponsored by Up and Adam Property Management and the HVAC Group. The 2 is Roland Bernard. Outside in the 7S, sponsored by Brand, and Stegg Building and Design. The 7 is Brent Stegg. Inside row 3 out of the Brandon area, the car 33 is Murray Temple. Outside in the 17 is Jesse Giesbrecht. Row 4 inside, the 4B is Brandon Rehill, and the 96 is Jared Kalanick. Well, we were talking about the 2 of Roland Bernard capturing all 3 features last weekend. On Friday in Grand Forks, he ran a lap time of 12.5 seconds. Wade Nygaard in a full-size sprint was 12.2. Your leader, the FXR number 29, that is Dylan Sabatini. Brent Stegg is second, third, Roland Bernard, and fourth, Robert Livingstone. Brent Stegg now putting the pressure on the 29 of Dylan Sabatini. Sabatini in the FXR number 29. Look at him, 3 wide. Your leader now is Brent Stegg, followed by the Pack It Away Mobile Storage. Number 2, Roland Bernard. Third, Sabatini. Fourth is the 33 car. That is Murray Temple. Brent Stegg to the bottom of turn number 2. Roland Bernard side by side down the back straightaway. They are getting at it into turn number 3. Roland Bernard through the middle of the track. Stegg using the bottom. Bernard's got the lead. The Highway 1 self-storage Ward Trucking number 2 is your leader. Brent Stegg now in the brand Stegg Building and Design number 7. Following along in the second spot, Murray Temple third, Dylan Sabatini fourth. Robert Livingstone now challenging for the 4th spot. What a race for the lead. Brent Stegg takes the lead back. Roland Bernard on the outside. They are getting at it once again, side by side throughout. What a great race here in the Northern Lightning Sprint Association. Stegg to the bottom of the racetrack. He passes Bernard and starts to pull away midway down the back straightaway. This time around, your leaders coming for the white flag. 1 to go, side by side. Brent Stegg to the bottom of the racetrack once again. Roland Bernard up a little higher. Bernard with a little more speed into turn 3. It is coming right down here. Wheel-to-wheel action from green to checkered. Who's it going to be? Your winner, Roland Bernard. Roland Bernard in a great battle with the car number 7 of Brent Stegg. Of course, these cars also race on Sundays at ALH Motor Speedway in Morden, Manitoba. They race in Devil's Lake and Greenbush as well, so plenty of places to race these cars. 3-time NLSA champion Roland Bernard picking up the big win after a great battle with the number 7 of Brent Stegg. Bernard up on the scale, needing to weigh 950 pounds. That is a remarkable stat from River City Speedway in Grand Forks. Of course, these cars look absolutely wonderful on the smaller tracks. Grand Forks, of course, is a 3/10 of a mile track, and Roland Bernard in that lightning sprint last weekend in a time of 12.5 in Grand Forks, where a full sprint did 12.2. Full sprint engine will set you back about $45,000. These engines, about $1,500. So pretty darn close for, well, a lot of money difference.